everybody, it's Anna. Time for the Wednesday card in this week's tarot story. Today we have the Queen of Cups reversed. So cups are connected to the heart. They're about following your intuition, connecting with other people, as well as emotional fulfillment and expression. And the Queen energy in the court cards, to me, is about expansion or broadening of an energy. So this Queen kind of broadens the experience of the cups to invite others in. In this image, we see her sitting on the seashore with her cup upraised as though she's welcoming seafarers. She's welcoming visitors. The water is connected to the intuition and emotion. So it's almost like the ocean is bringing emotional struggle and people who are struggling emotionally to her, and she sits there and she receives them with an open and willing heart. She does this because she knows what to do with emotions. She's not afraid of them. They don't overwhelm her. She doesn't resist them. When you resist emotions, they overwhelm you. But if you relax and have confidence in yourself and allow them to flow in, you can alchemize them. And that's what she's good at. She's good at receiving what's coming and allowing it to alchemize through her to bring healing and to surface wisdom. Healing happens when emotions are simply heard and released. So we don't have to do anything for that. We just have to allow ourselves to feel what we feel, and then it flows away. And wisdom surfaces when the emotion has a message, has a guidance, and we can now hear the guidance because we've received it fully and lovingly. So when this card is upright, it suggests that we are offering a healing presence emotionally to other people. So we are that person who is not frightened by the people's emotions, is not overwhelmed, but is able to receive it lovingly and gently and watch it drain through us into it and offer it back to the world as blessing. I also like the idea, you see these little gems at her feet. I think of that as being the wisdom that she is alchemizing from emotion and offering to the world. This card came to us reversed. So when the Queen of Cups shows up reversed, it often suggests to me that we need to offer that openness and that hospitality to ourselves. And that means that we are invited to understand our emotional experiences as not good, not bad, as just what is happening, and learning to receive them lovingly and hospitably. And that can be challenging because when we are in an emotional state, we're feeling our own emotions, it often panics the mind because it feels so big and so dramatic. And the mind, especially the ego mind, doesn't really understand what's happening. So to the ego mind, it looks like we're going crazy. We're losing our handle on things. The ego mind wants to keep things sort of orderly and predictable. And emotions are not orderly and predictable. They are surprising and they are big. So we might find that we are shutting them down. We're avoiding them. We're judging them. We're pushing them away instead of doing what is necessary, which is allow them to flow. Trust yourself. You know how to work this out. You know how to receive them. You know how to let them flow. You know how to release them and to understand them. If you can stop resisting, stop being scared of them, they'll just be energy flowing through you and bringing whatever messages they need to bring. So this week we've been looking at the Seven of Swords reversed, which is the mind trying to sort out its mindsets but getting a little stuck. Since this card came to us today, it suggests to me that one of the mindsets the mind might be struggling with is how does it work with emotion? How does it respond to emotion? And it's very likely that the mind has learned to be frightened of emotion. So again, this is a time where the heart and the mind, I think of them as sort of the heart is being connected to intuition and the mind connected to logic. So they're basically like siblings within ourselves, and they each have different gifts and different purposes. We need the parent energy involved. That is the soul. The soul is the parent energy who offers them support and helps them work together. If the mind is left alone with the emotional self, it will try to control it because it'll be afraid what's going to happen if it lets the emotion runs free. It's going to hurt us. We're going to get overwhelmed. So the mind's going to try to boss around the intuition, which often happens with intuitive people that I work with, is the mind just tried to boss them around. The mind is doing this because it thinks it's helping, but it's actually causing problems. So the mind needs support from the soul to let go of its overly vigilant nature, to not be so frightened and scared, because now it's learning the soul has got its back. The parent is looking out for everything. The parent knows what's happening, and the mind doesn't have to act like a parent anymore. It can go back to being a sibling, in which case the intuition is allowed to do what it does best, which is feel its way through, allow energy to flow, and surface the genius that it knows how to genius. And the mind learns how to not interfere with that because the soul has got everything under control. That's our Wednesday card. See you tomorrow for our next one. Bye.